Welcome back to the channel, everybody. We got a bunch of new Supra parts here, and I'm going to go over them real quick and show them to you, and then we're also going to go ahead and get one of them installed today, and the rest of them we're going to install over the next few videos, so make sure you hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for those. So first, this is what we're going to be installing today, are these brand new armrests. Here's the part numbers if you need them. They should be slightly different for the right and left. These are pretty difficult to get right now. People on eBay are upcharging a lot for them. We actually imported these from a Toyota dealership in Japan, so we got them about half price, so that's pretty awesome. Next we have these brand new Series 2 parking lights. These will replace the amber turn signals in the front bumper, and they'll just look a lot more modern and a lot better. And here's the part numbers for those. And these do require a special wiring harness to convert it over to the 9798, and we have them purchased. They're on the way. I'll make sure to include those in the video, tell you where to get them, and I'm pretty sure they're just plug and play. There might be a little bit of wiring required, so we'll definitely figure out that when they arrive. And then we've got two more pretty exciting parts over here. So this one here, there's the part number, is a brand new motor for the driver's seat. The reason we got this is because our driver's seat does not move forward. I have to move it manually under the seat. You can actually turn this bolt and it'll actually move the seat forward and back, and you actually have to do it on each side. But hopefully when we replace this, the seat will be fixed. I hope that's what the issue is, but we'll find out. That was not cheap. And then lastly, we've got a brand new handbrake. Pretty excited about this. Look how brand new it looks. Look at the leather, looks great. This is going to replace ours because ours looks pretty old and faded, and the leather is pretty jacked up right here. And again, this is brand new, and it's for a right-hand drive Supra. They are different, so make sure if you need one, if you have a left-hand drive, make sure you're getting the right one. And let's go ahead and get started on the armrests. Alright, so let me show you guys why I want to replace these armrests. This is the one on the passenger side, and if you look at the entire door card, you can see that there's this weird green stuff on it. And it just does not come off at all. It actually was all over the door card, and I was able to get it off of there, but I can't get it out of the cracks of the leather here in the armrest. I don't know what it is, but the only thing I was able to get it off with was acetone, which you gotta be really careful with because it'll really screw up this plastic here. So I just lightly wiped off the door card with this acetone stuff, and that was the only thing I could get the green crap off with. It was all over here. It was all over this part, which is also like this kind of rubbery material. It's actually not plastic. You just gotta make sure you don't touch this thing here. I actually ended up repainting that thing black. You can see this weird white stuff down here. So I really wanna just get this whole door card replaced. But if you know anything about Mark IV Supras, these are impossible to find. So we're gonna do as much as we can and replace this armrest, and hopefully these speaker covers someday. But this is what the new armrest looks like. So you can see just a huge difference, even in just the color of the black. Like, ignore the green, look how much better it looks. So we'll get a little before and after here. So that's what it looks like before. And let's get started on the install. I'll show you guys how to remove this entire door card. I've done it about 30 times. All right, so there's a bunch of different screws and clips that hold this door card on. I made a post on Instagram about a year ago at this point of every single screw and every single clip that holds this thing on and all of the part numbers. I'll go ahead and throw that up here. You can go ahead and pause the video if you need to get any of those part numbers. There's two of these clips right here, and these are interesting. You actually push the center hole and it pops out. There's 4 screws along the bottom. 1, 2, 3, and 4. There's a screw inside of the armrest right there. There's one inside of the door handle there. And then there's these little covers here these two here that you have to pop off, and there's a screw under there. So my mistake, for these ones here on the side, there's actually three. There's one hidden right under here that I didn't see. I kind of forgot about that one. So the first step I usually do is remove this screw and then take this little plastic bezel off. So we can go ahead and do that now. And then you kind of just open the door handle like this, and you can pull it out like that. Now this gives you a much better view of all this green stuff I was telling you about. Now these things here are a little tricky. You do have to pry these little plastic caps off. This one doesn't cover anything, so I don't know why it's there. It might just be because mine is missing a screw, but it's like that on both sides. So yours might have three, but you can just use something like this carefully and pry it off. I'll go ahead and set the camera down and do that now. And they both went flying, but that's what it looks like underneath. And those caps are actually pretty easy to get off and you won't break them. So now we can go ahead and unscrew both of those. So again, it doesn't really matter what order you do it in. I'm gonna go ahead and take this one out now. Now there is a little plastic cap that goes over this screw, just to kind of cover it up so you don't have a screw in your like door pull. That cap is really hard to snap on. I actually have it. I just don't put it back on just because it's so hard to snap onto there, and then it's so hard to take off. And I've kind of just been waiting until I've replaced this armrest. So maybe now that I'm replacing it, I'll go ahead and put it on. But that's what that screw looks like. So for these ones right here, like I said, you just push into the little center of it, like that. And now you can carefully pry it out. And you can easily do this without damaging any of the door card. So all you have to do is just pull it out a tiny bit like that, and then you can pull it out with your fingers. That's what it looks like. All right, and the last step, we're gonna go ahead and remove these 4 screws from the bottom. So now that we've removed all of the screws and clips, we can go ahead and lift the door card off of the door. What you have to do is lift it up slightly, then you can pull it out because it's kind of tucked into where the window rolls down. And also be careful when you pull it off because this window switch is plugged in, so you have to unplug that. So we can go ahead and lift it straight up and out. And then this, you can just unplug carefully. All right, now that we have the door card off and inside, we can go ahead and take the armrest off. We also have to take off this part here because these two are connected to each other. And I'll show you that part once we flip it around. So the armrest sits right here, and then the window switch panel sits right here. We have to take off all of those screws. I'm not gonna film myself doing that. I'll just skip ahead to when I have it off. Okay, I got it off, and here's what it looks like. So you can see that this part and the armrests are actually screwed together with 2 screws right here. So I'll remove those. Now that these 2 pieces have been removed, the last thing we have to do is remove this plastic piece and install it onto the new armrest. There's 3 screws that hold it in, 1 right here, and then 2 right there. So now we can just go ahead and put everything back together in the opposite order that we just did. I already got this plastic piece put on, so now I'll connect the 2 of those, put them back on the door card, and we'll throw it back on the car. All right, so we got it all put back together, and it looks pretty awesome. Not sure how big of a difference you can see on the camera, but in person it looks so much better. I wish we could replace the whole door card, but like I said, those are impossible to find. But maybe someday we'll get lucky and find some. But for right now, this is definitely a great upgrade. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side of the car. I won't show that because it's the exact same thing, but I will recap everything when I'm done. We got both armrests installed, and let me show you what they look like. So this is the driver's side, nice and brand new. This side was not as bad as the passenger side originally, but there's another look at the other side. You probably can't tell a big difference on camera, but in person, they are so much better and just gives the doors a nice clean look. Like I said, hopefully someday we'll find some new door cards. So in the next video, we'll go ahead and do the handbrake. Can't wait to get that installed. You do have to remove the center console and that little plastic trim there. So I'll go over all of that in my next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you next time.